Recording in progress.
So let's get started with this paper. It's a paper 1. The year is October-November 2022, and this is the second variant. Now let's look at the first question. The first question is about basic numbers. So we are starting at 8:34. So 8:34, this is the start time. And this time, let's do a different approach. Let's first label all the questions. The second one is again about order of operation. So this is like the order. The third one, this is like a standard form to the normal number. This looks like symmetry. Wow, it looks like a nice question. So this is about symmetry. Maybe it is about line symmetry or rotational or both. This one is about polygons. Next one is about fractions. So it's all the basic stuff that is asked in paper 1. That's over here. Question number 7, I think this is about angles. So it could be about polygons, it could be about parallel lines and so on. Question number 8, I think it's again about angles and triangles. Question number 9, this is about estimation. Question number 10, this is about prime factorization. And then it's about highest common factor. And then question 11, this is a relative frequency. So this is relative frequency. And question 12, this is about inequality. Question number 13, this is, I think, unit conversion. So it's about meters and minute and converting it into kilometers an hour. Question 14, this looks like loci and construction. Question number 15, this looks like coordinate geometry and then inequality. So this is coordinate geometry and inequality. And question 16, this is again coordinate geometry. Question number 17, this is indices. Question number 18, this is proportionality. So let me write proportionality. And this is looks like algebra. Question 20 is histogram. That is part of statistics. Question number 21 is functions. Question number 22, this is again part of algebra. This is factorization. Question number 23, this is matrices with a word problem. And question number 24, this is trigonometry because sine is written over here. Question number 25, again, it's algebra. And question number 26 is there. Your favorite chapter, this is vectors. So I think there are 26 questions. And that labeling, it took me around how many minutes? 8:34 and it's 8:38. So this is 4 minutes, 5 minutes. This is for labeling. So the time period in minutes and type of questions or the number of questions. So this is approximately, let me write 5 minutes. So I took 5 minutes just to go through it and have a good idea what the thing is all about. And this is labeling. Now I'm starting at 8:39. It's almost 8:39. And let's see the number of minutes it will take and the number of questions. So let me go from question number 1 till 15. I'll stop at question 15. And then whatever is the time, I'll start from 16 all the way till 26. So let's see how it goes. So let's start with the first question. That is about numbers. Electronic calculators must not be used in this paper. Work out 80 divided by 0.02. So 80 divided by 0.02. Let me transfer 2 units to the right, the decimal. Let me add 2 zeros over here. So this is 8,000 divided by 2, which is 4,000. 1 mark for writing the correct answer in the space. Evaluate cube root of 1,000. We know the answer is 10, but let me just focus on cube numbers. This is 10 into 10 into 10, and then we are taking the cube root. What it means is that the same number, since it's appearing thrice, it will just become 1. So that is the concept of cube number. We will be using the concept of square numbers over here. And then this question, it's about order. Put 1 pair of bracket in this calculation to make it correct. That means the answer is 4. And I need to put a bracket. What if I put a bracket over here? 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 into 4 is 32. 32 minus 4, this is definitely not 4. What if I put a bracket over here? So 4 plus 16 minus 4, this is not 4. What if I put a bracket over here? This becomes 0. 0 into 4 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. Yes, so the bracket goes over here. That's what the working is. And then it says, work this out. Minus 6 multiplying with minus 3 plus 7 is positive 4. 4 into negative 6, that is negative 24. That's the answer for this part. Standard form to ordinary number. So this is 7.54 into 10 raised to power of negative 4. We have to reduce. We have to make the decimal go to the left. So this is 1. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Stop over here, put the decimals. And in these gaps, put the zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros. So this becomes 0.000, and this is 754. That's an ordinary number. This was written in standard form. We convert it into an ordinary number. Question number 4. Now, Sam has 6 tiles labeled A, B, C, D, E. So this is A, B, 2 squares shaded over here. This is C. A kind of opposite of C is D. It's on the side. It's on this side. And then there is E, and then there is F. When Sam places tiles E and F by the side, the resulting rectangle has no lines of symmetry. So if I write these two together, there are no lines of symmetry. Okay, and no rotational symmetry either. And that's what they have shown over here. Write down the 2 tiles that Sam should place side by side to make a rectangle that has 1 line of symmetry only. So if I want to talk about 1 line of symmetry, let me try out A and B. I don't think so it would work. A and C won't work. B and C won't work. Let me try out C and D. C and D, this is like rotation kind of thing. So not right now. D and E, no. And what about E and F? No. What about A and C? No. What about C and D? So C and D, yes, yes, yes. It can work it out because there is this thing over here, that is the C, and that is this over here. And yes, 1 line of symmetry can work. So I think the answer over here is C and D. So that is the answer for this part. So we are writing C and D side by side. Rotational symmetry of order 2. So now I want to rotate it in such a way that this is, let's say, top left, and this is middle center. So if I rotate it, let's see, top left becomes bottom right, and middle center becomes middle top. So this one makes sense. A and E. So rotational symmetry of order 2, that means you will rotate it twice and it will come back to the original. So that is A and E. This is pure observation and kind of trial and error. You have to try that out to feel it. Polygons. The perimeter of a regular polygon, hexagon, is equal to the perimeter of a regular octagon. So let me do some shading. A perimeter regular hexagon is equal to perimeter of a regular octagon. Each edge of an octagon is 9 centimeter. So this is octagon. This is the information for octagon. That is 9 centimeter. So therefore, if I multiply it out, this is 8 sides into 9. That is 72. And this one is 6 sides into the length L. That should equal to this. So 6L is 8 into 9. Therefore, L is 8 into 9 divided by 6. So therefore, 3 3s are 3 2s are 2 1s are 2 4s are 4 into 3 is 12. Yes, we can also do 72 divided by 6. That is 12. So I just wrote it as it is, breaking it down. Find the length of one edge of the hexagon because both are regular. All sides are equal. Let's talk about fractions. So when we talk about fractions, this is about subtraction. So let me write 2/3 as multiply by 5, divide by 5. So when we multiply and divide by 5, the denominator becomes 15 and 2 into 5 is 10. So 11 over 15 minus 10 over 15, this comes out to be 1 over 50. The next one, work out 3 over 10 divided by 6. That's 3 over 10 into 1 over 6. 3 1s are, 3 2s are, this is 1 over 20. That is the question of division. This is the question of, the above one was the question of subtraction. Now let's talk about angles. In the diagram, AD, AB, BC, AD, AB, and BC are the sides of a regular pentagon. And DC is the diagonal of the pentagon. So DC is a diagonal. So the pentagon is like this. The 5 sides, that's the pentagon. AB is parallel to DC. AB is parallel to DC. Find the value of X. Find the value of Y. Now, first of all, this X, that is one of the interior angle of a regular polygon. So sum of interior angles of a regular polygon, and that polygon is a pentagon. So that is 5 minus 2 into 180. That is 3 into 180. Leave it as it is. Therefore, since it's a regular polygon, regular pentagon, therefore each interior angle is 3 into 180 divided by 5. So that's 3/5 of 180. So 3 into 36. 180 over 5 is 36. Let me show you the working. 5 1s are 5 36. So that comes out to be 108 degrees. That is the answer for this part. That is X. What about the value of Y? So for Y, these two, because they are parallel, they are interior angles, they should add up to 180. So therefore, X plus Y equals to 180 degrees, right in bracket, parallel lines, and therefore interior angles of the parallel line thing. So this is 108, this is Y, this is 180, therefore Y is 72 degrees. So this question is done. Question number 8. It says ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB equals to BC. So these two lines are equal. This is AB and this is BC. If these two lines are equal, therefore these two angles are also equal. The ratio of ABC to BAC, ratio of ABC to BAC is how much? 2:5. So let me label this thing. And this angle is also there. So that means if this is 2, this is 5. So this is also 5. Okay. So let me add up. 2 is 2, 5 is 2, 5. This is angle B is to angle A is to angle C. A and C are equal because it's isosceles. So this is angle B is basically 2 divided by 2 plus 5, which is 2 over 12. Or 1 over 6 of the total angles. So 1/6 of 180 degrees. That is 1 over 6 into 180 degrees. That comes out to be 30 degrees. That is the answer for this particular part. So now this question is also done. Let's move on. Question number 9. It says by writing each number correct to one significant figures. So there are 4 numbers that we see, 47.5, and then we have 36.1, and then we have 64.9, and then we have 17.7. So we have to write each number as, let me just reduce the size. Okay. So we have to write each number correct to one significant figure. So first one, 47.5, it will become one significant figure. So basically 47.5, focus on second significant figure. So this will become 50. Then we have 36.1, second significant figure. This will become 40. 64.9, second significant figure. It will remain as 60. 17.7, second significant figure. This will become 20. So 50, 40, 60, 20. So 50 plus 40 divided by 60 divided by 20. That is 90 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So the answer comes out to be 30. It's a beautiful coincidence that these two answers are exactly the same. One is an angle, one is a length, what you call estimation question. Now this one, prime factorization and HCF. So write 420 as a product of its prime factors. 420 can be written as 2 times 210. That is 2 times 21 times 10. That's 2 times 21 can be written as 3 into 7. And then this 10 can be written as 2 into 5. So I have 1 and 2 2s. So that is 2 square. And then I have a 3. So that is multiplication by 3, multiplication by 5, multiplication by 7. So that's 2 square into 3 into 5 into 7. That is this thing. That is 420. So let me write over here again, because in the second part, it's asking for HCF. That's 2, 3, and 5, and 7. And then I have 1512. That's given. That is 2 cube into 3 cube. There is no 5 and there is 7. So when we look for the highest common factor, basically we are looking for the lower number among the two. The 2 7s are there. So 7 will go over here, definitely. And between 3 and 3 cube, choose the smaller one, which is 3. Between 2 and 2 cube, choose the smaller one, which is 2. So 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 7. That is out of 7. Let me double check. So 2 square. Sorry, this is not 2. This is 2 square. My bad. So this is 2 square. So 2 square into 3 into 7. 4 3s are 12. 12 7s are 84. So the answer is 84. That's over here. So let me get some tea. Just hold for a second. Okay. Relative frequency. Azra has a spinner. The sections are colored red, blue, yellow, or green. So there are 4 colors: red, blue, yellow, and green. The relative frequencies are given. Find the relative frequency for the spinner landing on green. So let me write G over here. So 0.15 plus 0.30 plus 0.20 plus G equals to 1, because relative frequency is like probability. All the relative frequencies should add up to 1. So 30 plus 20 is 50, 50 plus 15 is 65. Therefore, G comes out to be 0.35. That's the answer for this part. The next one, Azra spins the spinner 150 times. How many times would she expect the spinner to land on blue? What's the relative frequency for blue? That is 0.30. Basically, this is a ratio thing. So I can write it as method 1. Just take the relative frequency and multiply it with number of times something is happening. So this is 0.3 into 150. So that is 30 over 100 into 150. The zeros cancel out, and this 0 will cancel with this. 3 into 15, that is 45. And let me also show you method 2. That is basically the concept of ratio. So out of 1, there is this possibility of 0.3. Out of 150, there is this possibility of B. So cross multiply B into 1, 0.3 into 150. That is exactly what's over here. So this answer comes out to be 45. Now, what is this question? It says represent the inequality on the number line below. So first of all, for -4, let me mark this value. So this is -4. That is a solid circle because this is inclusive. And 2, this is an empty circle, so leave it as it is. And then in between the two, draw a line which connects the two. So it goes like this. So that's how you represent it on a number line. Solve the inequality. 10 minus n is lesser than 2n minus 5. So therefore, negative n, negative 2n is lesser than minus 5 plus 10. Negative 3n is lesser than 5. Divide both sides by negative 3. Inequality flips. N is greater than 5 over 3 with a negative sign. So n is greater than negative 5 over 3. Now, let me just double check one thing. That is the signs minus n, minus 2n, minus 3n, minus 5, minus 10. I made a mistake. I just have that feeling sometimes when I make this mistake. So let me just correct myself. So minus 5 minus 10 is negative 15. Negative 15 over 3, n is greater than negative 5. Now, some people, they ask this question, what if we take it to the other side? The rules of maths are fixed. The answer will still come out to be the same. 10 plus 5 is lesser than 2n plus n. 15 is lesser than 3n. How will you read it? 3n is greater than 5. 3n is greater than 15. So therefore, n is greater than 5. N is greater than 5. And that's your answer. The minus minus cancel out. So that's the second mistake that I made. That's why double checking is a must. So when you are solving it and when you are explaining it, yes, these mistakes do happen, but that is why you are encouraged to double check. Now, another question. That is, Sophie cycles this much in 10 minutes, 2600 meters. So first of all, convert 2600 meters into kilometers. So 2600 divide by 1000, that comes out to be 2.6 kilometers. That's the first thing. Now focus on minutes, convert it into hours. To 12 divided by 60, that is 12 over 60, or 1/5 of an hour. So now we need kilometers per hour. So this is 2.6 divided by 1 over 5. That's 2.6 into 5 over 1. So that is 2 plus 0.6 into 5. 5 into 2, 5 into 0.6. That is 10. That is 3. This comes out to be 13. So therefore, this is 13 kilometers per hour. That's the answer for question 13. Question 14, this is loci. the scale is given as 1 centimeter to 20 meters. Now there is P, there is Q, there is R, there is S. The scale is again written over here. A path crosses the land. The path is equidistant from SP and SR. So equidistant from two lines. This is an angle bisector. So SP and SR use a straight edge. So the common alphabet is S. And naturally, without a compass, I'll just draw a rough sketch. So this goes like this, if it's kind of exact kind of thing. Okay. So basically the idea is we draw a line, a curve like this. We put our compass over here. We draw an arc. We put with the same opening, the compass over here, draw the arc, join this point with S, draw the line. So this is the construction. This is for part A. Do not erase the construction arcs. Priya walks from point P to the path on a bearing of 104. So from P, she walks on a bearing of 104. So this is north. You put your compass over here. This is 90 and a little bit more. So something like this. So let me use a green marker. Again, this is just a rough diagram. No, I think this is a little bit more. Something like this. So this angle over here, this is 104-degree bearing. And she walks on the spot. Draw a line. So this is B part 1. This is that line on which Priya walks. Find the actual distance from P to where Priya meets the path. So PQRS, and let me label this point as T. So open a compass, measure PT using compass. That's the exact way of doing it. And then use ruler. That means your compass needle should be over here, should be over here. The opening is like this. And then take a ruler, put the opening over here, and then measure. So now this answer is basically in centimeters, and then use the scale to convert it into meters. So now the examiner over here has given the answer for part B, part 2 between 152 and 160. That means, let's say this is 8 centimeters. I'm just making a wild guess. So let's say this answer comes out to be 8 centimeters. The conversion is 1 centimeter to 20 meter. 1 centimeter, 20 meter, 8 centimeter. So 8 into 20, which is 160 meter. So I have written it like this. Again, this is just a wild guess. A park is to be built on the plot of land. On the scale drawing, the area of the car park will be 2 centimeters square. Find the actual area. 1 centimeter, 20 meter. This is the linear scale. Square both sides. So what do you have? We have 1 centimeter square is 400 meters square. Therefore, 2 centimeters square will be a meter square. That's a simple conversion. 1 becoming 400, 2 becoming 800. So value of a is 800 meters square. Question 15, and then we will pause for some time. We will note down the time. It's 9:02 right now. So what I see over here is that there is an A, 0,6, there is B, P0, there is C, P, 6. The X coordinate is the same. That means this is a 90-degree angle. That means this line is parallel to the Y-axis. And over here, Y coordinate is the same. That means this line is parallel to X-axis. So these are small pointers that you get along the way. The diagram that shows the point ABC. The equation of the line AB is such and such. Find the value of P. So P is where the line touches the X-axis, Y coordinate is 0. So Y is 0. Therefore, 4x plus 18 is equals to 0. X is 18 over 4 or 9 over 2 or 4.5 or 4.5. So let me write P as 4.5. Write down 3 inequalities that define the region inside triangle ABC. So basically, let me just highlight it a bit. There is this line, the first line, there is this line, the second one, and actually no, it's ABC. So ABC is this. There is this line, the first one. Then there is this line, the green one. Then there is this line, the red one. Okay. So these define the region, and this is that region R. The equation of this line is y is equals to 6. The equation of the red line is x is equals to 4.5. The equation of the blue line is 3y plus 4x equals to 18. R is below this line. R is to the left of the red line. R is above the blue line. So R is below the green line. So y is less than or equal to 6. That's the first thing. Y is less than or equal to 6. R is to the left of the red line. X is less than or equal to 4.5. R is above the blue line. So therefore, 3y plus 4x is greater than or equal to 18. So that's how the three inequalities are obtained. So lesser, lesser, and greater. Perfect. So now this is 905. I'm going back to the first page. And 8:39 till 9:05, that is 21 plus 4, that is 26 minutes. And that's a very good time for finishing off 15 questions. So let's take a break. Let me pause the recording.
Recording in progress.
So let's continue with the paper. So now it's 9:10 and we are focusing on question 16 all the way till 26. So let's start with question number 16. This is a coordinate geometry question. It says P is a point -2, 1, Q is the point 6, 13, M is the midpoint. So M is the average of the X coordinates and the Y coordinate. So -2 plus 6 divided by 2, 1 plus 13 divided by 2, 4 over 2 is 2, 14 over 2 is 7. So M is 2, 7. A lot of space is there. Find the gradient of the line. Let me write -2, 1 again. Let me write 6, 13. It's better to be safe than sorry. Make an arrow so that you know exactly what is the direction in which you are going. So 1 minus 13, -2 minus 6. 1 minus 13 is -12, -2 minus 6 is -8, negative cancels. 12 over 8 becomes 4 over 3. That is the gradient of this line. Now, no, this is not 4 over 3, my bad. A mistake in a hurry. This is 3 over 2. 4 threes are 4 twos are. So this is 3 over 2. Nothing is done. Write down the gradient of a line that is perpendicular to this. So the rule, if two lines are perpendicular, the gradients multiply to give you -1. In other words, one gradient is the negative reciprocal of the other. Remember these words, negative reciprocal. So reciprocated, it becomes 2/3. Since it was positive, there is a negative sign over here. So this question number 16, this is done. Question number 17, that is indices. Simplify x raised to power of 2 raised to power of 3, that is x raised to power of 6. The powers multiply. So this is x raised to power of 6. T raised to power of -2 is 9. Find the value of t. Let me write it like this. 1 over t square is 9. In other words, 1 over 9 is t raised to power of 2. Therefore, t is a square root of 1 over 9. Square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 9 is 3. So this is plus minus 1/3. Because when you take a square root, a positive and a negative both appears. Part C, root 5 into root 0 is 5 raised to power of k. 5 raised to power of half. 5 raised to power of 0. 5 raised to power of k. Bases are the same. Add the powers. That is half plus 0. This is 5 raised to power of k. Therefore, half plus 0 is k. Therefore, k is half. So that's the answer for this part. Question number 18 is proportionality. X is directly proportional to square of y plus 1. X is directly proportional to square of x plus 1. Actually, y plus 1, not x plus 1. X is already there. So therefore, x is equals to k times y plus 1 whole square. Now keep in mind, usually it's y is proportional to something in x. This time it's x is proportional to something in y. Y is 2. So this is k, this is 2 plus 1 whole square, and x is 45. So 3 square is 9, 9k is 45, therefore k is 45 divided by 9, which is 5. In other words, the equation is x is 5 bracket y plus 1 whole square. Find x when y is 4. When y is 4, x equals to 5 bracket 4 plus 1 whole square. Go easy, do step by step. 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 square is 25, 4 into 5 into 25, that's 125, 125, we write it over here. So that completes question number 18. Let's move on to question number 19. That is algebra, LCM kind of question. So 6 and 4, and what we do is that I can just multiply both sides by 12. Why am I thinking this way? Because 6 can be multiplied by 12 and it would cancel out. 4 will cancel out, 3 will cancel out, and so on. So 12 multiplying with 3x minus 1 over 6, 12 multiplying with x plus 2 over 4, 12 multiplying with 5 over 3. So first of all, 6 ones are, 6 twos are, 4 ones are, 4 threes are, 3 ones are, 3 fours are. Next step, 2 into 3x, that is 6x minus 2, 3x plus 6, this is 4 into 5 is 20. 6x plus 3x, 9x, 20 plus 2 minus 6. So 9x is equals to 20 minus 4, which is 16. And then we make this the subject. So let me just double check one thing, because sometimes when it's too easy, there is a chance that you might be making a mistake. So in 19, this is 16 and this is 9. And let me double check. I multiply it instead of taking LCM. So 6 and 2, 2 into 3, 6, 6, 2 into minus 1, 4 and 12, that's 3, 3x plus 6, that's good enough. 3, 4, 4, 5, 20. I think it's all good. So 20 plus 2 is 22, 22 minus 6 is 16. So therefore, x is 16 over 9, which can be written as 1 whole 7 over 9. No harm in double checking. 9 into 1 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. So let me write this thing as a mixed number, 1 whole 7 over 9. Question number 20, this is histogram. The table shows some information about the times each of 100 children spent reading in one day. First part, find the value of x in the interval x lies between, t lies between x and 30, and we have to find x. Now, this looks like a good question. That is this one. This is the piece of information. This piece of information is there. This is there. So we know that frequency density is class frequency over class width. Now, what do we have? We have frequency density. That's the green thing. So the green thing is there. We have class width. No, we don't have class width. So we need to find this. Based upon that, we'll find x. And class frequency is 32. So therefore, I'll write frequency density is 1.6. Class frequency is 32. Class width is unknown. Therefore, make class width the subject. That's 32 over 1.6. That is 320 over 16. That comes out to be 20. So class width is upper class boundary minus lower class boundary. This is 20. Upper class boundary is 30. Lower class boundary is x. So therefore, make x the subject. That's 30 minus 20, which is 10. So the value of x comes out to be 10 over here. A very nice question. Simple, but very nice. On the grid, draw a histogram. So this is the drawing part. So what we do is that we need class width and we have frequency density. So actually we don't need class width because yes, we do need, because we need to calculate this thing that is over here. We need to calculate this part and we need to calculate this part. So class width over here, we already know that was 20, hold for a second, and this was 10, and 40 to 45 is 5. So frequency density is 15 over 5, which is 3. And this is 45 to 60, that's 15. This is 30 over 15, which is 2. So basically, frequency density goes on the vertical axis, 1.6, that goes from 10 till 30. So just focus on the scale. Between 0 and 1, there are 10 small squares, each one is 0.1. So first one is 1.6 and this x is 10. So 10 till 30 is 1.6. So let me grab this thing. So 10 till 30. So let me go this way, this way, this way. That is the first one. Then 2.3, 30 to 40. So 2.3, 30 to 40. 2.3. Okay, that's the next one. And I can just shift it a little bit over here. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, the next one is what? 3, 40 to 45. Height is 3, 40 to 45. So now let me draw 3, 40 to 45. Okay. And then 45 till 60, the height is 2. So 45 till 60, the height is 2. You can change the color. So that's how the histogram is completed. Question number 21, this is about functions. Find f inverse x. Let y equals to fx. Therefore, f inverse y equals to x. So y equals to 1 plus 3x over 2. Y minus 1 is 3x over 2. Therefore, 2 times y minus 1 divided by 3, that equals to x. But what is x? X is f inverse y. We have a habit of writing everything in terms of x. So f inverse x is equals to 2 over 3, x minus 1. No need to open up the bracket. This is question number 21, part A. The next one, gx is f of minus 4. Solve. So first of all, let me evaluate f of negative 4. So fx is 1 plus 3x over 2. 1 plus 3 over 2x is negative 4. This is 1 plus, and this is negative 6. So this is negative 5. That's the value of f of negative 4. So now g of x is equals to negative 5. Gx is 2 over 1 minus x. 2 over 1 minus x is negative 5. 2 over negative 5 is 1 minus x. And let me take it to the other side. So therefore, x is 1 plus 2 over 5. So that comes out to be 7 over 5. That can be written as 1 whole 2 over 5. Actually, it was already there. So x is 1 whole 2 over 5. That's the answer. Factorization, basic. 9p squared, let me write it properly, 3p whole square minus q whole square. This is about difference of two squares, that is 3p plus q, 3p minus q, 3p plus q, 3p minus q. And then there are four terms. So let me take c common. This is a minus 3p. Let me take one common, a minus 3p. It's necessary for factorization to proceed. These two terms are exactly the same. This bracket is exactly the same. A minus 3b and then c plus 1. So this is a minus 3b and this is c plus 1. So that's the answer. Question number 23. This is matrices. Looks like a big question. Adam and Ben buy tickets for cinema and theater. So this person, Adam, he buys 5 cinema tickets and 4 theater tickets. This is for Adam. So this is cinema, theater, that will go over here. Ben buys 7 cinema, 9 theater. 7 cinema, 9 theater. So we just have to write these numbers over here. That is 5. Let me choose black color. So that is 5, that is 4, that is 7, that is 9. Now, cinema tickets cost $11 each. Theater costs $30 each. The matrix Y represents this information. P is XY. Find the matrix P. So first write X, which is 5, 4, 7, and 9. And this is 11 and 30. Now, the rule for multiplication is we choose a row and then a column like this. And then we move to the other row and then the column, something like this. So let me choose this color. Purple is already there. So let me choose another red color. So when we multiply, what happens? This is a 2 by 2 matrix. This is a 2 by 1 matrix. The rule is these two should be the same. Multiplication is possible. How will the answer look like? 2 by 1. That means there should be 2 rows and 1 column. So 2 terms will be there. Now let's think about it. What will multiply with what? This is cinema. This is theater. This is price of cinema. This is theater. Cinema multiplies with cinema. Theater multiplies with theater. This is for the person A, which is Adam. So therefore, this is 5 into 11 plus 4 into 30. And the next one is 7, 11 and 9 into 30. So therefore, this is 120 plus 55. This is 175. And this is 9 into 30 is 270 plus 77. So 270 plus 70, 340, 377. So this is what we are getting. P is 175. This is 377. Now, this is the data for Adam. 54. This is Adam. And these are the prices for cinema and theater. So Adam buys 5 tickets and 5 cinema and 4 theater tickets. So basically, let me just erase this thing. Hold for a second. So let me chase into the regular eraser. So elements 175, that is how much Adam spent on cinema and theater. The total expense that he made. And similarly, 377, this is how much Adam spent on cinema and theater in total. So that is what we are getting. So each person's expenditure is given separately. Question 24, sine x is sine 50, x lies between 90 and 180, find the value of x. So now there is a very famous rule that people tend to forget, that the sine of 180 degrees minus theta is sine of theta. If one angle is acute, the other one will be obtuse. As long as they add up to 180 degrees, the value of sine is the same. So 180 minus 50, that is 130. That means sine of 130 and sine of 150 is the same. Therefore, x is 130. That's the answer for this part. Algebra. Factorize the numerator separately. Factorize the denominator separately. And then simplify. So we have x squared minus 4x. That is x common, x minus 4. And this is x squared minus x minus 12. That is x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 12. That is x minus 4 plus 3x minus 4. Therefore, x minus 4, x plus 3. So now write it down. This is the numerator. This is the denominator. This is x minus 4 divided by x minus 4 and x plus 3. So what will cancel out? X minus 4 cancel out. What are we left with? X in the numerator and x plus 3 in the denominator. That is the simplification of this. It's not an equation. We just have to simplify. So question 25 is done. The last question, that is question number 26, and it's 929 right now. So now it says OAC is a triangle and B is a point on AC such that AB is to BC is 3:2. OA is A, OB is B. Find OC. Now, first of all, let me draw some colored lines, which of course you don't have the liberty of doing that in the exam. But for right now, let me draw it so that you have a beautiful understanding of what exactly we are doing. So now if I focus on this big triangle, I know that OA plus AB, the shortcut is OC. So OA plus AB is equals to OC. So that's one thing we'll be using it. But before that, let me draw another line that I need. That's a purple one. That is this triangle. So now OA plus AB is OB. So let me start with this. So OA plus AB is OB. Make AB the subject. That's OB minus OA. This is B, this is A. Put the arrows at the very end so that it's convenient for you. So that is step number 1. Vectors, all you have to do is to go step by step. Now this is AB. The ratio of AB to BC is 3:2. So step 2. Ratio of AB, let me draw the arrow, AB, BC in the same direction. That is 3:2. In other words, 2/3 of AB is BC. So therefore, BC is 2/3 of B minus A. That is the second step. Now let's start with the third step, step 3. Now I'm focusing on this thing. So OB plus BC is OC. OB plus BC is OC. So OC is OB plus BC. OB is B. BC, let's expand it. That's 2/3 B minus 2/3 A. So 1 plus 2/3 is 5/3. That's 5/3 B minus 2/3 A. So that can be written as minus 2/3 A plus 5/3 B. That is OC. So find OC in terms of A and B, giving your answer in its simplest form. You can even write this thing as 1/3 common minus 2A plus 5B. You can even write it like this. D is a point on OC such that D is a point, it's not drawn, on OC such that OABD is a trapezium. Show that OABD is a trapezium. Now, in order for it to be a trapezium, these two don't look parallel. Therefore, these two should be parallel. So let me just draw a line over here like this. Just a rough diagram. And somewhere over here is D. So basically, I should prove that DB and OA are parallel. So how can I find DB? I can say OB plus BD is equals to OD. So what do we have? We have OD. So OB or let's go this way. OD plus DB is OB. OD plus DB is equals to OB. I have OD, I have OB, make DB the subject. So DB is OB minus OD. OB is B minus OD is B minus 2/5 A. BB cancel out, minus minus cancel out. I'm left with 2/5 A. But isn't A OA? Yes, A is OA. So let me write over here. But A is basically OA. So I have proven that DB is 2/5 of OA. In other words, DB is a scalar multiple of OA, and that is what is required for parallel. Since DB is parallel to OA, so there is a parallel pair of sides. Therefore, this shape is a trapezium. So yes, it's only 2 mark because it was the most conceptual thing. So that is what made it difficult. And this is 934 at this time. So let me go back to the top of the page and analyze this paper. So we started at 9:10. This is 9:34. So that's 24 minutes. So that is 50 minutes. That is for working. I even took a 5-minute approximate break. So in 55 minutes, I solved a 2-hour paper with explanation. So I'm explaining it to you. I'm not solving it. If I were to solve on my own, maybe 35 minutes would be perfect. So that means you can do it in 2 hours very, very comfortably. Take care.